Coming up,
I go crazy. You can't sing. You can't dance. So what do you want me to say? The people email me were like Entertainment Tonight, Ellen DeGeneres. I was like, what is going on here? I tell you, I don't recommend recording album this way. Even if I could make one person or two people do that, have that reaction, that's a win.
this is Idol Insiders with your host, Bennett Shear.
Hey there, I'm Bennett, and you're about to meet William Hung. So I know you don't want to hear me talk for long. Really quickly, I'm your host, and I want you to be the judge. Leave a like, comment, rating, review, however you feel about Idol Insiders. And if you want to be an insider, hit that subscribe button. All right, let me let you in on my call with William Hung. You actually won your school's talent show right before going on the show. Can you tell that story?
Well, I was studying for the engineering student. I was struggling with school. And then one day I saw this poster for the talent show. And I thought, why not? Let's just try and see what happens. And I won. Somehow I just won. And I won a DVD player. That what gave me the confidence to audition for American Idol.
UC Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
Was it all singing? Was it a variety show?
Variety show, but mostly singing.
Now, you sang Ricky Martin, She Bangs in the show, correct?
Yes.
What was it about that song? It sounds like you really had enjoyed it way before you even started performing.
I just feel it was unique compared to the other pop songs, like other country songs. I thought it had a unique tone. I enjoy it. It's like a party song.
Your musical history, we could say it goes back to singing karaoke as a kid, right? You've always enjoyed performing, entertaining.
Yes, Chinese songs.
And you grew up in Hong Kong, right?
Yes.
You know, just kind of before we get into American Idol, I really want to hear about that passion for music and how you found it.
Well, I was just trying something new. Music was not the only thing I was trying to go for, but it was one of the new things. I thought like, okay, well, maybe engineering is not for me. Who knows? And I just tried, and that's it.
William, I think that you are what American Idol is all about, because this show takes people who are studying something or working somewhere, and maybe they enjoy what they do, but they also think they might have something else to offer, and you
Yes.
just went for it, and you weren't trying to necessarily win anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. You just wanted
Yes.
to go for it and see what happened.
Right. Right.
September 22nd, 2003, Oracle Park in San Francisco. You show up, huge baseball stadium, right? What do you remember about that setup? We didn't see it on TV, but you go there and you audition for the first time.
Well, there were like thousands of people standing in line, waiting for their turn. And I noticed that most people only got 15 seconds to sing before they were told to go home. And like many people took it so serious. And I thought, oh my goodness. I thought like, oh, well, most people will not make it. That's my thinking. So if I don't make it, I just go back home. It's not a big deal.
Did you notice any kind of reactions you were getting from the people around you, contestants in line, or even the producers looking at you singing?
Not really. I mean, the staff members, they did like it. They let me through. And the producers somehow they like it too, and they let me through again. And that's how I got to see Randy, Paula, and Simon.
Yeah, She Bangs the whole time. Any other songs you threw in there, or just that one
Well,
song?
I did the Two Worlds by Phil Collins in the very first day, and then the lady Megan Wolflick, she's one of the current producers now, but at the time she was one of the staff members. She told me that what other songs do you know? And I said, well, I know She Bangs very well. I won a talent
Ah.
show in school, and she said you should totally do She Bangs. You need to dress better the next day. Yeah, yeah. So she gave me some advice. Yeah.
Well, here on Idol Insiders, we talk to a lot of people who work on the show, staff, producers. We really want to take listeners and viewers behind the scenes. So this is a treat having a contestant like you, William. And we're talking about the audition process. Maybe if you could paint a picture for us. You know, we don't get to see those initial auditions in front of producers before the judges. So if you can maybe describe, right? The auditions have changed. Now they're all virtual. They're all on Zoom like this. But if you could sort of paint a word picture, what it looks like to be a contestant in that first round.
Yeah, it's like you get in line and very early in the morning with thousands of other people. You wait for a long time for your turn. I know that it's very different now. Like it's like many more virtual. By the time you get to see the judges, like you're almost there, right? So it's very different. And this one is like in the old days, we just say the old days. We had to stand in line with tens of thousands of other people, and then round after round after round, you have to somehow get through.
And then to the next round, they call it the EP round, executive producers. Nigel Lithgow and Ken Warwick at the time would sit and listen to everyone. So what was that
Yes,
like
I
to be in the
remember that.
room?
Yeah. I couldn't tell. I mean, they just enjoy it, right? They were rooting for me. I was having the blast, and I was like, okay, sure, let's just do it.
I've heard those two are a song and dance men. They really were they enjoying it? Were they dancing? Did they seem like they were having a good time?
Yeah.
You finally got to sing in front of Randy, Paula, and Simon. Had you watched the show? Had you seen them? Because if you had, you must have been pretty starstruck.
Yeah, I was surprised to see them in the first place. And then I remember that Randy was the cool guy, Paula was the nice lady, and Simon was the mean guy.
All their characters, right?
Right.
There you were at the Park 55 Hotel. Tell me everything that you remember. There's actually, I'll include the link. I believe it's from your YouTube channel in our episode description. There's an extended audition because on the original show, I think they showed maybe like a minute 30. There's a 5-minute version. There's probably more that we didn't even see. Just can you kind of walk me through what you remember, the play-by-play of your American Idol audition?
Well, they asked me about my background, why I want to, take this chance to become American Idol. I said, maybe I can bring joy to people with my music. Who knows, right? Because people liked it at my talent at the talent show. So I just try. And then as soon as I began the audition, they didn't talk too much. They said, what are you gonna sing, right? And I told them she bangs. And I began my audition. And Randy held up this white sheet of paper to cover his
He's
face.
like,
And it's like that. And it
yeah.
giggled. And then Paula was like smiling. And the Simon was already like frowning. But I had to keep going. And then it's like, she bangs, she bangs. Oh, baby, when she moves, I go crazy.
Oh my
Then
gosh.
Simon said, thank you, thank you. You can't sing, you can't dance. So what do you want me to say? I said, I already gave my best. I have no regrets at all. And Paula said, good for you. That's the best attitude yet. I said, I had no professional training. And Simon goes, no. Well, that's a surprise of the century.
And what an impact that you made having not gotten the golden ticket. How did you feel walking out of that room? Because most contestants would have been crying, they would have been angry, and your
Yes.
whole mission was to not bring negativity to that show, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't have any expectations going in. So, as when I got as far as I did, I can walk out there, feel good about it, and that's it.
Now, the show didn't air for 3 or 4 months. As you know, they tape things way in advance.
Yes.
The audition airs and your life changes forever. We're talking hundreds of emails wanting to book you, wanting to work with you.
Yes.
What do you remember about that night?
It was so crazy. I mean, the people email me what were like Entertainment Tonight, Ryan Seacrest show, Ellen DeGeneres. I was like, what is going on here? Well, the good news was that my email was easy to guess. It was basically my name, berkeley.edu.
That's funny. I got to be honest with you, and I won't ask these probing questions like he does, but I watched your interview with Howard Stern. That must
Oh
have been a
yeah.
trip. Like, I mean, you've made it if you can go on that show, but like he just fires away, asks you everything.
I know.
Oh my gosh. And then you get a record contract. Talk me
Yes.
through that process of actually, I mean, and that's the thing, the American Idol, the idea is the winner gets a record contract. So talk about not expecting anything. You don't get the golden ticket, but now without even winning the show, you are recording albums.
Yeah, I still could not believe that either because what happened was like how I got a lot of fans in the beginning. My website like went viral. And then the record company noticed that, like the people noticed that because there were news that my website went down because there was too much traffic.
Right.
So they thought like the record company, Cost Records, they thought like, oh wow, I mean that's a good money maker for us, if they, so they thought it's a good deal to give me the $25,000 up front.
That was a fan site, right? Somebody else was running like a
Correct.
fan
My
club.
fan created a website. Yeah, William Hunt on that.
And that says a lot. You can run your own website. Somebody else is running a fan club and they notice that. I mean, the first album, Inspiration. What do you remember about going into the studio and laying down those tracks?
I tell you, I don't recommend recording album this way. This way. For most normal situations, what they did was they rush everything, try to record the songs as quickly as possible and put it out there. Really, they done it with, and we had to finish like half a day. It's so crazy.
Just because of the demand for you, or
Yeah, because they were trying to do was they tried to leverage the timing. They
mm-hmm.
want the album out there before the winner was declared during that season
Oh,
three.
interesting. Was there anything that you like in particular from being on TV and film in the studio? Did you have a favorite part of this experience for the next couple of years that followed?
Well, I mean, I was very blessed to travel all over the world and perform everywhere. But I think the most valuable takeaway is able to share my story, to let people know that I just wanted to try. It wasn't anything more, right? I wasn't trying to for example, some people said negative things, like I portray Asian stereotypes because of the way I look, the way I have my teeth, whatever. I don't have the raw talent, therefore I shouldn't audition. I shouldn't try. Why bother? Why make a fool of myself? But that's not how life works. Because if you never start, you never go for it at the beginning, then how will you get to the next step?
You've spoken before about the low point that came after a couple of years of the crazy ride that followed
Yeah.
season three. What was it like when things started to die down and maybe, you had to kind of get back to normal?
Well, I feel it's not. I feel in a way that it's normal for the entertainment industry. Very few people can, always keep the at the peak.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are. Because people taste change. People want to try something different. It's okay. You don't take it personally. So what I had to do is I continue to evolve. I finished school. I did work a day job, but it was a pretty decent day job. I don't feel bad about it. And then I still never gave up on my dream. I still did it part time. Eventually, I did full time again. And then it goes back and forth, and that's life. I feel that in life you make your own luck. So at the time when I auditioned, I felt like I make my own luck because I tried. That's it, right? Of course,
Mhm.
most of the time I'm not gonna get anything out of it, but it's okay. And then when things entertainment industry didn't go so well, I made my own luck. I found a decent job, and then I also got into poker. I learned about it. I earned some pretty good money. And then eventually, I found I could have my freedom again. And then now I'm going back to the entertainment. I mean, I never gave up. It's just that sometimes, I couldn't get those opportunities, and that's okay.
I'm so happy for you that you sort of got over that hump, right? And to
Yeah.
show just the longevity that you have, because I think that happens to everybody, no matter what their field is, no matter what their talent is. Artists, performers go through this, and you're no different. However, people want to compare you to different types of entertainers, you
Yes.
fell, you got back up. You talk so much in your speeches. We're going to get to the motivational speaking about
Yes.
how you had a choice. People always wanted to laugh at you or say, oh, this is a negative, or why are you doing this? But you looked at that and you would always say, well, I have a choice to turn the
Yeah.
negative into a positive.
Right.
Speaking of that, quick story I would love if you could share because I heard it somewhere else. However, you were a student teacher. You're teaching high
Yes.
school kids algebra, and you
Yes.
incorporated music into the classroom. This was phenomenal. Can you share this again, please?
Well, I try to engage the students with an algebra song. It's like this positive times a positive equals a positive. But I didn't work out that great because the kids still didn't want to listen. They just don't want to play. They don't want to learn. So it was a tough, but I tried. Eventually, the students that wanted to do well, they did well. So I feel like I did what I could, and that's all you could do.
So at what point were you able to get over the hump and decide, or not even decide, just sort of realize that you wanted to fulfill yourself again and do what made you happy?
Well, I played poker for a long time, but for many years it was just a hobby. I play here and there, with made a little bit of money, not nothing significant. And then, about 5, 6 years ago, I decided to take it very seriously. I studied all the books, all the courses online. And then I got serious. I played the cash game, like a job. It's not glamorous. It's not the headline. Oh, that William Hung win $10 million in one shot at the World Series of Poker. Nothing like that. But I felt like, oh well, maybe it's something I enjoy. I was good at it. And then eventually, after 4 or 5 long years, I earned enough money to say, you know what, maybe I can quit my job. I don't have to work a day
Wow.
job.
It's incredible. At what point did motivational speaking come into the mix? I don't know if you still had your day
Yeah,
job.
that's part of it too, because the speaking was also like a side gig for me. But I felt like that is a good direction for me because I got to share my story more often, and my story is something that yeah, that people seem to appreciate. They get something out of it. For me, I'm glad I also felt I got something out of it because now it's not just me entertaining you, making a funny song or two, but I'm able to send deliver some message that's useful for you. So yeah, that is something I'm proud of, and I do continue. I want to continue doing.
I've seen the TED Talks. I've seen Dentistry's Got Talent recently, which we'll touch
Yeah,
on. But
speech, right.
it's so brilliant to use the metaphor of a stage and to help us figure out what is our stage, whether it is entertainment or the workplace or something where nobody else is really going to see us other than our immediate circle. But you figured out a way to tap into all of our souls and kind of find what it is that's either missing or what are we afraid of? Because you found the courage 20 years ago and you're telling all of us, don't worry what people think, right? You can break the norms and
Hmm.
you can be your own American Idol, even if it doesn't meet the expectations of what an American Idol is, what people say it is. I think that's kind of what you're getting at with all these speeches, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And just to really summarize, how what my experience is, and what I've seen from other people working in this entertainment industry. There is no shame to take on a decent day job to help yourself. That's what I thought, right? I need to support my family, my wife or whatever. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing. So instead of waiting, for me, the way I make the choice was that instead of waiting until I run out of money, and then I have to go to do the McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever I don't want to be doing, right? I said, you know what? I don't need to do that. I finish school. I get a decent job. I have more stability, stable income and it's easier for me to do everything else.
Are there any encounters that you remember or any feedback that you've gotten from these speeches? They'll tell you, like, oh, this really meant a lot to
Yes,
me.
yeah. There were some people that gave me a hug afterwards, and she told me, oh, thank you so much for this message. You gave me hope. I'm not gonna give up my dreams now. Yeah. Even the way I look at it now, it's like even if I could make one person or two people do that, have that reaction, that's a win. I already accomplished my goal.
Tell me about your book, Champion by Choice. It seems like you figured out a way to capture all of this in a piece of literature.
Well, I wanted to share my life journey from beginning to now. I want to let people know that regardless of your circumstances, you can still become a champion in life. And that champion in life, like you said, is not what people tell you that you have to be. Yes, you can try, but then you have to, maybe if you have to change, you change. For example, someone told me I had to be online coach, or someone had told me I had to be comedian because I'm supposed to be funny. Why am I not comedian on the comedy stage? Well, I'm not a comedian because that's not my real passion. It's okay. I do motivational speaking. I have some humorous stories. It works out better for me. It's okay. You don't have to force that.
In my mind, you are a mogul. The fact that you have figured out all of these ways to touch people in person, virtually,
Mm-hmm.
they can buy the book, they can come watch you speak. What is next for you? Because you've achieved so much and made so many people happy. You've brought so much joy to everybody across the world. Is
Mm-hmm.
there anything that you haven't done yet that's in the works that you're looking forward to that you want to do?
Well, right now, as of this recording, I love board games. I try many different kinds of gaming, but for some reason, I just love that. I love the strategy. I love the way of people think, and so I try to be competitive with the World Series of board games that's coming up in
Mm.
September. So yeah, I just try, see what happens. I think the main mission, no matter what I do, is still continue to bring joy to other people. And I can do that by sharing my insights, sharing what I learned, and then how we can apply that in real life. In the most recent speech I delivered for the Dentistry Got Talent, I think the closing story was very helpful. I share a board game, but it's not, I'm not teaching how to play a board game, not for a dentistry conference. But what I did was I shared how I found my practice group by putting myself out there, by willing to offer help, by willing to contribute my time and sacrifice, and that is something that people can apply because in life you can't always wait for people to give you permission. Sometimes you just go for it. You just say, you know what, can I help? Maybe I can be part of this group. Maybe I can do something for you.
Mm. By the way, give me a little more background on Dentistry's Got Talent and how you got connected.
Well, this one I got invited by one of my friends at a podcasting festival
Mm.
event, and I just try. I just thought something new. I never spoke for dentistry before, and it was so much fun. Pretty cool.
Very cool. Well, by the way, this podcast will actually be coming out not for a month, October 2nd. So we'll have to stay connected. I want to find out what's going on with this. You said there's a competition in September happening, right?
Yes, it's from the 24th to the 28th. It's called the
Oh.
World Series of Board Games in Las Vegas.
Okay. So we should have some results right before this comes out. Maybe
Yeah.
we can I'll get in touch with you. We can find out. Maybe we can add a little update or something. I can let people know what's going on with that. Couple things. Want to get back really quickly to Idol and also since She Bangs was the song that changed your life, you had the chance to actually meet and perform with Ricky Martin. Tell me
Oh
about
yeah, that's
that.
another like special my dreams, personal dream came true for sure.
Oh my God. Tell me about it.
Well, like Ricky Martin did mention that he wanted to perform with me many times on the radio, but it didn't really happen until like 2018. And then, like he mentioned me again on the radio and one morning in LA, and I didn't even hear that one initially. So my friend called me and told me, "Wow, you should check out and call them and see if it's true." And then it is true. The Ricky Martin's manager connected with me, make the arrangements, and then there I went to the Las Vegas, Park MGM, Monte Carlo.
Were you starstruck when you saw Ricky?
Yeah, I was like, really? Finally, for real?
Finally. I love that. Finally. Do you know the song Livin' La Vida Loca?
Yeah.
Would it be fun to do a little singing of Livin' La
Well, I'm
Vida?
not good at that song, but I can still try a little bit.
Yeah, no. So
Upside, inside, out, and living la vida loca, and push and pull you down, living la vida loca.
wow. Ricky Martin reaches out all these years later, it still has an impact. And even on American Idol, you've appeared on the show many times after season 3. Season 9, there was another contestant. Do you remember General Larry Platt, who sang Pants
Yes,
on the Ground?
of
Do you remember
course.
that finale singing with
Yeah,
him?
yeah, of course.
Oh,
Hands on
well,
the ground, hands on the ground. That was a lot of fun, man. But yeah, I was a bit nervous if they want me to actually make pants on the ground for me, you know? Like, no, 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 no. Yeah, I have to wear something inside. You're not gonna put my pants on the ground in the middle of the song.
oh my gosh. Did, did you have the chance to talk to General Larry Platt, meet him?
Yeah, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Cool guy, yeah. The Fox finale before they came back on ABC, season 15, it was a pretty great segment because they had just brought back Randy, Paula, and Simon to do their little surprise appearance. And then Ryan Seacrest was like, well, I think we have no more surprises. And then cue the music. You come out and sing She Bangs.
Oh yeah, it was definitely like a honor to be part of that reunion.
And then the season 20 anniversary on ABC, Ryan Seacrest, so Randy and Paula are there. Simon Cowell's not there. And they're
Oh
like,
yeah, that one too. Yes, yeah.
I can't help, Ryan goes, I can't help but feel like we're missing someone synonymous with the show. And then
There we
the
go.
stage
Yeah.
opens and then you come out and sing She Bangs. So we get to see you again.
I love it. I don't mind. It feels like I said. It feels like an honor to be part of the show every year, if possible.
I mean, any advice you want to give for contestants that are trying out?
Well, I think now it's very different from before. I think now you really just have to give your very best shot at it, and then see what happens. If you don't make it, don't feel bad about it. That's the main thing, right? Just know that there will be other opportunities out there besides American Idol, but you keep trying and then see what happens.
William, I want to give you one more chance to discuss anything that's coming up for you. I know we talked about the board games, but just anything people need to be looking out for. Places people can follow you. Just give them all the details.
Yeah, sure. Right now, my most the best platform I would say is the Instagram, William Hung Official. Yeah, and then I will update other platforms in the near future, where there's the LinkedIn on my website. It is a work in progress. Other than that, yeah, definitely follow me for entertainment, for speaking, for gaming. I think those are the three topics or areas I'm most passionate about. So yeah, it's a very natural fit.
And I believe you're on Cameo.
Yes, Cameo too.
So I guess cameo.com, search William Hung, or they can get to that from your socials too, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be fun interacting with people in that way.
Yeah. I do think that's a cool concept. It's different, right? It's like you can make those personal videos for different occasions. Yeah.
Well, William, I cannot thank you enough for being a part of Idol Insiders. Any last words that you have for people who want to work in entertainment, want to be a performer? Just closing piece of advice?
Well, stay flexible. Like that's what I have to do throughout all these years. If the only way you have is like very successful singer, be the next Taylor Swift, for example, that's a very tough road, right? Very few people can get to that level. And even I don't feel optimistic going that way, right? But you have other ways, like speaking is one way, coaching, helping other people is another way, social media is another way, or you apply that passion, you take it elsewhere. Comedy is another way, right? There's different ways you can approach it. Acting is another way. I done a few films and shows. They haven't come out yet, so I can't really talk too much about it. But I've done it. I did the filming. So you give yourself as many chances as possible to apply that talent.
Well, William, it's such an honor to have you here on Idol Insiders. Can't thank you enough. Thank you all for listening or watching. Have an amazing day.
On the next episode,
I think we both kind of fed off each other and just like really enjoyed trying to change it up every week and surprise people. She was so shy and quiet. I'm walking out with $1 million worth of diamonds in a brown paper bag. Simon's t-shirts were Armani that were like $1,000 a piece. My phone and my email and my Instagram and everything just started blowing up saying, you didn't.
Make sure you go to idleinsiders.com for all the info on this podcast. Follow Instagram and TikTok at Idol Insiders Podcast. New episodes are coming every Monday, but please subscribe right here wherever you're listening or watching. Now you be the judge. Leave some feedback. email, comment, rating, review. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. I'm Bennett Shear. Until next time.